Hello racers, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to ask the questions that are on every Mini-B racer's mind. And those questions are, what are the spring rates of the Mini-B springs? And how well matched are the Mini-B springs? And in 5 minutes, you're going to know those answers to those questions. So first you have to ask, why are spring rates important? Well, information is power in racing, and if you know what these spring rates are, you'll be able to make easier adjustments on your car. Now, they're known simply as soft. Silver is soft, medium is black, and firm is brass colored. But how soft is soft? How medium is medium? Is firm twice as firm as medium, or half as firm? Who knows? They don't tell you on the package. And what if you get hot racing springs? How do they compare to the standard? Unless they tell you exactly what the number is, you don't know what they are. And so the next question is, why are matched springs important? Well, in a spring, we make the assumption that they're the same. But what if they're not the same? What if this left spring is a little stiffer than this right one? Well, that leads to tweak problems in your car. You probably noticed it in your car before, is if you notice your car turns better in one direction than the other. So like, seems to push when turning left, or seems to spin out when turning right. That could be that one spring is stiffer than the other. Also, if you use your shock collars to tighten things down and you make them even, if one of the shock collars is, or if one of the springs is stiffer than the other and you tighten them down evenly, then you actually put the tweak in your car. Let's take a look at, so what I bought is the front spring kit for the Mini-B and the rear spring kit. And I'm going to test them with my Zeppin Spring Gauge. Now this little guy, you can see that it just compresses the spring a known amount. And we're going to be measuring these in pounds, inches. And what that means is how many pounds of force does it take to compress the spring 1 inch. So it's pretty literal as to the test. So I took the Mini-B springs off my RTR. These are the black ones outside of the package. So I got those. And I also have the rear springs outside the package. We'll test them, and then we'll compare them to a set of brand new ones in the package. With that said, let's get at it. We got 5 minutes to get this done. So we'll put the rear springs aside. Let's first focus on the fronts. Let's do our baseline test with the stock RTR spring. See if I can get everything in the picture here. Okay, so how this works is we put it into the holder of the Zeppin Spring Gauge. We press it quick to zero it, and then we push it down to the limit. So this is 1.28 pounds inches. I'm just going to write that down. That's going to be our baseline. Oh, I'll just zero it again. Oh, I think the back is loose. There we go. We'll take it out. Let me just get it set up here. If I set it for the height of the spring, zero it, let's double check. 1.30. 1.30 pound inches. Now let's just check the other one. Put it in, zero it, test. 1.29. So the stock RTR springs, put that there. Those are the fronts. 130, 129. Perfect. Now let's open the bag. And what we'll do is we'll test. We'll go from softest to firmest. I'll just put them over. And we'll measure them individually so we can tell how well they're matched. You can see that 130, 129, those are pretty evenly matched. Okay, so let's start with the softest. These are the little silver springs. You can see they actually feel quite soft. But what does quite soft mean? Quite soft means 0.71. 0.71. Put you in there. Let's check the next one. Zero it. 0.72. Okay, so we can see that these ones, 0.72 compared to 1.2, you can see that these are a pound and a quarter to compress at an inch. This is basically 3/4. Yeah, let's check out the black springs that you get in the kit. I'm just giving them a little squish just to give them a quick break in. Just compress them lightly to break them in. These are 1.32. Okay. And this one, 0. Compress, 1.30. So those are almost identical to the front springs that come on the RTR. So we got 130 and a 132. So you can see that we could actually make a match with the 130s. We'll test those after. Now, check out the gold springs or the copper springs, whatever. Compress. 2.25. So 2.25 is almost twice as strong as the 1.29. Okay. Yeah, let's test this one. Zero it. 2.27. So those are pretty evenly matched. I don't usually typically worry about the last decimal point if it's close. Okay, so those are the fronts. Let's take a look at what we got. So 2.25 about, 1.3 for the medium, 0.71. So we got like 3/4, a pound and a quarter, 2 1/4 pounds. Let's check out the rears, and then we'll be done with this video. And then all has been revealed. Okay, so we just put the spring on, tighten it down, zero it. Let's get our paper in order here. This is going to be our baseline. So the baseline on the rear is 1.26 and 1.32. So in this case, these two springs are not well matched. So the rear springs on my RTR 126, 132. Those aren't well matched. And I knew that they weren't well matched because I always have to kind of tweak the rear of the car to adjust for those springs. Now, let's check these ones out that are in the package. So these are the Losi 214017. The Mini-B rears. And the other one, if we missed it, 214018 fronts. Okay, these are coming out in a ball, which will be great to try to deal with. Let's get them apart. Again, the silver is the soft, the black is the medium, silver, black is the medium, and the gold / brass is the stiff. Let's try the softs first. Give them a little squish to get them broke in as little as we did, but at least it's something. Compress 0.73, which is the same as the other ones. Let's test the other. 0. Squish. 0.73. These are perfectly matched. Perfect. Next. Give it a little squish. These are the equivalent to the RTR springs. 0. Compress. 1.32. Now we notice that one of the RTR was 1.32, the other was 1.26. Let's see how well these are matched. Zero. Compress. 1.25. So you can see that there's a bit of variability in these springs. Let's just retest the one that said 1.25. Maybe there's something wrong with the test equipment. No, repeated, 125. That's what they are. So you can see that with the RTR blacks, that I have a soft one and a hard one. And you can see that in the bag I got a soft one and a hard one. So that would lead to a tweak in the car. And I knew that there was a tweak in the rear of the, let's see if I can show you. Yeah, you can't really see it, but in the rear I had one turned down and the other one is turned up higher. Oh, you can see it on this side. This one here is turned up. Now it's turned down just slightly because there was a bit of a tweak to the car, I noticed. So I was adjusting it for the rear spring, but I didn't run it on my tester. Now we'll try these rear ones, and then we are complete. Our knowledge on these springs has increased exponentially. 2.27. Which is the same as the fronts. 2.27. And last but not least, 0. 2.26. So the golds are basically matched. Perfect. Let's do a little review here. So we found the rear silver springs are 0.73. The silver fronts are 0.71/2. So they're about the same. Right? Both the same, and they're 3/4 pounds. The RTR blacks, you can see that one is 1.32, the other is 1.25, and this would cause a tweak in your car. And we had the same problem here with my known goods. So what I'm going to do is match those up. I'm going to take the 1.26 and match it with the 1.25 and the 1.32 with the 1.32. So I have a match set. And then the stiffs are 2.27, and that's what they were in the front as well. 2-pound springs. We measured in pound inches, the force in pounds to compress the spring 1 inch. So there we know, we've answered the question that's been on everybody's mind. So if you like this type of thing, click like. I will put a link to these things in the description. If you had any other questions or comments, put those in the question and comments below, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video.